Good morning, beautiful faces. Oh, look at all you guys popping on this morning. Happy Monday, everyone. Cindy Kidd here, Global Director. I am super excited to kick off Monday morning with all of you. Good morning, Marianne. Good morning, Jennifer. Oh, hi, Sarah. Dawn. Oh, Jennifer, yay. Yes, all kinds of beautiful faces this morning. I'm excited to kick off the week. You know, they say new week, new goals. I don't know if I believe that. I believe we just kind of work towards our goals every day. But one thing I love is every week or every day this past week, we've been starting with gratitude. And one of my favorite motivational speakers is Tony Robbins. If you guys haven't started off your morning with him before, pop in one of his YouTubes, one of his talks, and I guarantee it'll help you start your day off on the right foot every morning. But one of his quotes is, whatever you hold in your mind on a consistent basis is exactly what you will experience in your life. And so if you start your day off with a negative thought, odds are the rest of your day is going to follow suit. And so I love that we're starting our mornings with gratitude, because if we can start with gratitude, same thing, our day is likely to follow suit and we'll likely have a better day than if we start with a negative thought. So as we've been doing, if you have a few minutes, for those of you who aren't driving, which looks like quite a few of you, but some of you are on the road. So for those of you who are in a safe spot, drop a few things that you're grateful for in the chat. I want to see that chat blow up this morning. Marianne says, grateful God has given me another beautiful day. Grateful for my family in Christ. What else you guys got? Fresh start, family. I love that. This morning, I'm grateful for sunshine. Grateful for my daughter who can drive herself to school in the morning. Grateful that she placed first place in her tournament in Kansas this weekend. We had a really good weekend. Sunshine, health, prayers, the ability to change. Ooh, that's a good one. Gosh, so many great things this morning. Grateful for Optavia. How could you not be? It's a good one, Beth. I love it. Keep popping those in as you guys thinking about it. It's not just a one thought morning. Fill it up as much as you can. This morning, I'm going to spend a little bit of time talking about transformational habit number 6. We deliver extraordinary results, and in the process, we serve to better mankind. And I'm going to read for a second how Dr. Anderson puts it on our coaching site. Our story may be extraordinary, but it's not unique. The universe plays no favorites. We have to do the work and make a decision that we are willing to do what it takes, willing to make the disciplines every day to move forward and bring others with us. That's what we do as a team. We decide that we are not special, but we are going to take the opportunity and go out and do the work necessary to be spectacular, because this is how we're going to change the world. And he puts 3 sub-bullets in there. He says, we see the results we deliver as extraordinary, and we consistently set new goals to create incremental growth in ourselves. We're mission-driven, and we understand how our business goals are aligned with our mission. We always consider the bigger picture in our decisions and continually act for the benefit of all. That's a lot in just one little habit. But when I thought about it last week, as I thought about kind of what I wanted to share with you guys today, I came across a quote from Theodore Roosevelt. And he says, I'm only an average man, but by George, I work harder at it than the average man. And ironically, that's what the 4 pages or 3 pages worth I have on Zoom. You guys are working harder than the average person in Optavia right now, because you actually showed up this morning to start your morning with us, which I love. Now, as I was thinking a little bit more about this transformational habit, I want you guys to take off your Optavia goggles for a second. And I'm going to come back to it because obviously this leadership habit has to do with Optavia, but it has so much more to do with how we just show up in life in general. And for many of us, or many of you on the phone, this isn't your main gig, right? Like, you guys have full-time jobs. You guys go somewhere, you put in your 8 hours, and then you come home and you still do this, which I think is amazing. Now, when I thought about kind of what it means to show up as extraordinary, when we're kind of ordinary, right? He says we're not special. It made me think a little bit about my story. So I worked in healthcare for 16 years before Andrew and I started coaching full time. I did not go into it with a degree rather. I got engaged at 18, married at 19, pregnant at 20, had Naomi just before my 21st birthday. I didn't have any skills. All I was taught was just good work habits and work ethic. And that took me pretty far in the corporate world. And when I was managing my team, I thought, what's going to make my team stand out? What's going to make me stand out every single day when I don't have a degree? How am I going to climb that corporate ladder? And the reason why that was so important to me is because I grew up in a house where it was dysfunctional, but my dad was an entrepreneur, a semi-successful one, I guess you can say. But for me, entrepreneurship didn't mean success. For me, success meant climbing that corporate ladder and working hard every single day and doing the best that I could to truly deliver extraordinary results. So that meant showing up earlier than everyone else. That meant doing things that weren't in my job description. That meant being okay if my coworker wasn't doing the things that they were supposed to be doing, because I knew I had the integrity in myself to show up every single day. So the good thing about that is that got me pretty far. I did end up going back and getting my associate's degree, but I was in leadership for about 10 years and climbed the corporate ladder, and I thought I had made it. Climbing the corporate ladder isn't making it, you guys, just so you know. Not when you're building someone else's dream, unfortunately. But last week, Micah talked a little bit about how it's doing the stuff when no one's watching, right? Like that's what integrity means. And she had said, if we can't do the little things, you really can't do the big things in life either. And I love that she said that, because at the end of November, right before Thanksgiving, I had finished the 75 hard. Drop a 1 in the chat if any of you have attempted the 75 hard. It's not for the faint of heart. But Andy Frizzell, I think it is, the guy who leads it. Oh, look at all you guys. I love that. He said in one of his podcasts, not executing on the smallest details in life is the difference between people that achieve greatness and those that never achieve anything at all. And I thought, how are you guys showing up every single day? How are you showing up to your day job? Are you doing the little tiny things, or are those little tiny things above you? I hope they're not. I mean, when I was in management, I still worked the front desk when we were short staffed. I'd still answer the phones if I had to. You do what it takes. None of us are above anyone else in terms of the work. We're not special, right? None of us come into Optavia with some elite training. We're not nutritionists. We don't come in with some fancy degree that makes us great coaches. We just know we had great results, and Optavia has done something pretty amazing for us, and we just want to pay it forward. And that's why Dr. Anderson says we're not extraordinary. We have extraordinary results, right? Like we all are walking testaments to what this program does. But as a whole, that's the mission of how we can drive this forward and change the world. Now, when I was taking an assessment with Dave Blanchard, I don't know how many of you know Dave Blanchard, but he's the CEO of the Og Mandino Leadership Institute. And I took a one-on-one assessment with him, and he was reviewing my results. And towards the end, he goes, Cindy, do you want to coach full-time? I was still working my corporate job. And I said, I don't know. And he goes, well, you really got to think about that. And at the time, I wasn't loving every aspect of my job. And he said, I need you to show up every single day and love something about your job and deliver on it every single day until you make the decision to not be there anymore. And so for all of you who go to your day jobs today, I want you to do just that. I want you to show up, deliver extraordinary results, even if it's not in your job description, and do it anyway. And if for those of you maybe stay-at-home moms too, put the grocery cart away at the grocery store, right? It's those little tiny things that we're not doing that sometimes we think we're too good for that we should be doing. Now, if we put on our Optavia goggles and we bring this back to what this leadership habit means for Optavia, it means we're really great coaches. What does it mean to be a great coach? You're showing up for your clients every week, right? Josh and Michelle don't have to tell us every week, like, hey, Cindy and Andrew, make sure you're having your client calls. Hey, Cindy and Andrew, make sure you're having conversations. Hey, make sure you're friending people. We shouldn't have to be told that, right? Like if we truly believe in Dr. Anderson's mission and getting the world healthy, we should be so on fire to share this and help our clients that we shouldn't have to be told to do these things, right? Seeing some head nods. Yeah, okay, that's good. Because here's the reality of it. Doing what's expected of us is just the bare minimum. Going to work every day and doing what's in your job description is just the bare minimum. It's what you get paid to do, sure. But what are you doing to make yourself stand out above the next person? Are you having more conversations with people so that you can touch more lives? Are you shying away from it? If you are shying away from it, I want you to dig deep into why you're shying away from it. What is it that's holding you back from sharing what this program has done for you? Are you embarrassed by it? Is there some fear about maybe what people will think of you if you start sharing before and afters on your Facebook page? Why are you worried about that? I could tell you that's how I started. I'm not coming from like a high pedestal, like, oh, I never liked, I loved sharing on social media. Not at all. I hated it at first. You want me to share a before and after picture? Ooh, it's a little vulnerable. You want me to have conversations with strangers? Ooh, I don't know how I feel about that. They're going to think I'm salesy. But I promise when you go into it with the right heart, you guys, you can't say the wrong thing to the right person, right? You guys have heard that before. Just do it. Just do it, because it's those extraordinary little habits that we're going to create that are going to help us touch more people. We're mission driven. I mean, put a 2 in the chat if you guys believe in Dr. Anderson's mission, and a 3 if you don't. Hopefully I don't see any 3s. Lots of 2s. So that tells me that you guys really believe in what it is that he's doing and what Optavia is doing as a whole. Gosh, those 2s are flying. Thank goodness I see no 3s. But I want you guys to think about that as you head into your day today. It's the last day of the month. Now, maybe for some of you new coaches, you're like, well, why is that a big deal? Well, I don't want you guys thinking the last day of the month is the only day we grind, because I want you guys showing up every single day to grind and work towards your business. But for the last day of the month, if you guys have specific goals that you are working towards, I want you to work towards those goals. Like, push a little harder today. What's going to make you stand out from the next person who's on the little window next to you on Zoom here? What are you doing to really step out of your comfort zone and do something a little different today? Now, I was thinking about Walt Disney. How many of you are Disney fans here? I'm sure Mike is on the call. Okay, I see lots of hands. Okay, lots of Disney fans. Disney and Walt Disney really, really stood out when it came to his customer service and the experience that people feel when they go into Disney. And he says, whatever you do, do it well. Do it so well that when people see you do it, they want to come back and see you do it again. And they will want to bring others with them and show them how well you do it. Like, if that doesn't match the mission of Optavia, where we coach so well and we coach our clients so well that they're telling their friends and family, and now they're referring people to you, that's when you know you're delivering extraordinary results. When you can show up for yourself every day and show up for your clients every day, and not just phone it in, not just text message check-in, not just, hey, I'll catch you next week, I'm busy, check-in. It's you actually show up for them. It doesn't mean hero coaching, but you're actually showing up for them every single day. Now, how many of you have gone to Disney and have gone back to Disney because you had such an amazing experience? Yeah, here's the cool thing about that. When you go to Disney, every person on that floor, outside, whatever you want to call it, if you ask them a question, they're expected to help you, regardless of whether they're the people who pick up trash or someone in a store. Everybody there is capable of helping you in some form or fashion. There is no one above anyone else at Disney, because they are all there to serve the people and the patrons who are there to get good customer service and an amazing experience. I want you guys to think of Optavia that way. I want you guys to think, how are you delivering such extraordinary results for your customers every single day that they not only want to come back to you, but they want to work with you and become coaches and jump on Dr. Anderson's mission as well. So that's your takeaway today. I want you guys to go out there, whether you're going to your day job later today, whether you have client check-ins, team meetings, however it is, I want you to show up today and go above and beyond. Do something a little extra today that maybe you're not even expected to do. Do something that's outside of your job description, because you just don't know who's looking or why that matters. Because I promise you, you guys will make a difference this morning if you do something and you just step out of your comfort zone. So go have more conversations. It's the end of the month. End it on a good note, you guys. Go provide exceptional customer service, and we'll see you guys tomorrow morning. Bye, everyone.